inside my IDE. Now I'm going to show you that how you can define a function and call a function and what are the variants of it. So first of all, I would like to write the aim, that is I am going to perform very simple program. So you all know how to write a program to perform the operations of calculator. So we all have performed this program. Now I am going to show you that how you can write a code by using functions. So how you can how to make calculator using functions. So I am going to use 4 functions: add, sub, mul, div. You can also use modulo if you want, right? So I am going to perform this practical. So first of all, I have to write include stdio dot add, then int me, then inside this I have to write return 0. Now you can relate that I am returning 0 over here because inside this function main I have told that it is of kind integer. So at the end it should return something. If I have returned void over here, so that means I don't need to write this, right? So this is the case. But most of the cases when I am using div C++, it is expecting me to write main as an integer function. That's why I have to write return 0 every time. Now, as I have told you, before using printf, you have to include this library. Similar way, before using any function, you have to define the function, right? Before using it. So, whenever you are adding two numbers, what kind of output you are expecting? So, if I am adding two integer number, that means I want output to be integer as well. So, that's why I have written int. Add is a function name and argument is int a, int b. So that means whenever I am calling add function inside this main, I am calling add function inside this main, it expect me to write two integer value inside this add also. So that's why I am writing num1 and num2. So what should be the data type of this num1 and num2? This num1 and num2 should be integer only because in the function prototype of add I have written it will accept only integer number a and integer number b. So a and b are variable, so it is okay. But here num1 and num2 should have similar data type as this. So here I am declaring int num1 and num2. Right. Now I am asking user to enter this value. So enter number 1 and here scanf %d. Why %d? Because num1 and num2 are integer. Here num1. Then let me just copy this and paste it over here as num2, and here also it will be num2 and here it will be slash and. Right. So now I can, what is being happened? First of all, num1 and num2 is created inside memory. It is having garbage value. At this point, num1 is having some user-defined value, but num2 is having garbage value. At this point, num2 and num1 both are having some user-defined value. So whenever I am calling this add, it means add, and inside this sum user some value entered by user, and here also it will be some value entered by user, right? So if user have entered say 2 and 4, then it will be something like this at this stage. Now whenever it will see this, it will not go further inside the second line of main. If I am writing sub num1 and num2, that is finding the subtraction, it will not go there. It will, when it will find this add, it does not know what exactly the add is. So it will go on the above list. If there exists any function named as add, yes it is. So what it does, whatever value is inside this, it will copy this value to this A. So at this stage, A and B was having some garbage value, but when this function calling of function happen inside main, this 2 is copied to A. So now my A is having 2 and now B is having 4. So what exactly, see, you cannot do semicolon over there. So what exactly is being done? Now A is 2 and B is 4. I want A plus B, that's why inside this I am taking int same sum equal to, or you can write as sum equal to A plus B, and here you can write return sum. So what is happening over here? Right now A is 2, B is 4, A is 2, B is 4. Sum is created, sum is at this point is having garbage value, but at this point sum become 4 plus 2, that is 6. So 6 is there. Now return sum. So return this value 6. Where it should be returned? Where it is called. So here 6 is returned where the function is called. Where it is called? Inside main. So now this 6 is returned here. So here exactly the answer is 6. So you can write that here it will be 6, but you cannot have single value. So that's why here you are having int some kind of variable res, right? Here you are having variable res, and res equal to, you can also define res with num1 num2 also. So it is not an issue. Here you can also define res as here also. So here res equal to this. So as the value of this entire function is 6 now, because it returns sum, that is 6. So now res become 6. So here you can printf the addition is %d, and that is res, right? Now sum, after that sub is there. So you have to write int sub, because for subtracting two integer numbers you will get you will have two input as int numbers. You can use A and B also, or you can use C and D also. That doesn't matter. So here you can also write int sub, int C, int D, or any other variable. I am taking it as int A and C. You can take as different name. I am taking this kind of name so that you can differentiate them, right? Now here I can also take, say, some subtraction. Make sure that you don't use name similar to, you cannot write sub over here because sub is a function name. So here subtraction equal to whatever value inside A minus C, and at the end it will return subtraction. Now here what is happening? Suppose user had entered 2 and 4 as num1 and num2. So what is being called over here? Sub 2 and 4, right? So sub 2 and 4 is called. So it will not go for the second line. It will go to the function definition, that is here. So here it will copy 2 to variable A and new variable C is created inside which 4 is created. Now one may say that ma'am, we have already created int A in sum. So this both are similar or different? This both are similar, but A is now having replaced value with this 2. So A is having 2 and C is having 4. These values are copied there. Now another variable is created, named is subtraction. Inside subtraction I am saving A minus B, that is 2 minus 4. So now subtraction is minus 2. So entire function will have a value minus 2. So this entire is having minus 2. I cannot have single value. So now I am writing RES equal to minus 2. Now what was the previous value of RES? Here value of RES was 6. Now that 6 is overwritten with minus 2. You can also use RES1, RES2, RES3, RES4 for 4 different results. Right? You can also use RES1, 2, RES3 and RES4. You can also use this. But why to create extra variables when I can simply write it without creating them? So that's why I am simply writing here RES equal to sum. Right, and similar way I am printing this over here. So here also it will be, so here subtraction is percentage B and RES. Right, now you can do similar thing for multiplication. So I am not explaining it right now. Right, so you can guess this output. Now what about the division? So for division, what you need? For division, I am calling div num1 and num2. Right, now you know that whenever I am dividing two integers, the output will be integer. So now what I can do, I can use typecasting, but I cannot use typecasting over here. For division, I have to use typecasting over the definition. So here, the output I am expecting is float. That's why I am writing return type as float. Here it will be div, and inside this I am writing int A and int B. Right? You can write any variable name over there. These are called formal parameters. These all are called formal parameters, and whatever we have used in this num1 and num2 are called actual parameter. Right? So now I am taking one float variable C. C is equal to, now I have to use typecasting so that I get correct answer. So float A. So it will convert A to float. Now if I am dividing one float with integer, according to the implicit type conversion, it will be automatically float answer. So I am returning float right now. I am returning C. So here, whenever I am writing this statement over here, it will be the division is, here it should be percentage F. Right? Here it should be percentage F. But this RES is int. Do you get that point or not? So either you can write float or you can do something like this. So now RES is having some float value, or we have to take another variable which is float, so it will be very convenient. So RES1, as it is having different data type, I am using RES1 over here. Here also RES1. Now let me just save this program, compile it. What is the problem? Scanf num2 was not declared. Okay. Now again let me just compile it and run it. I am entering say 2 and 4, addition is 6, subtraction is minus 2, multiplication is 8, and division is not printed. Why it is not printed? Let me just check. RES is flowed. Here I have not written anything, so it is percentage F. Let me compile it and run it again. 2 and 4, you can see the correct output over there. So this is how you can write a functions of calculator. Now one may ask that, ma'am, this is having similar length with the code, right? So I have taken this example to make you understand function clearly. But whenever you are writing so many long programs, and suppose you want to add, you have to add this entire code again after some time, right? Or after some time you have to add numbers. So again after 100 lines of code you are going to write this code. So it is having some kind of frequency. To eliminate that kind of code, we are using function. For the small program you cannot understand the efficiency, but for the larger modules, when you are going to do a job or something, at that time you will understand the importance of functions. So using the functions is really very efficient. Using the function makes your program very efficient. If you have any doubt, let me do one addition over here. Suppose, what about if you don't want to return anything? So whenever you are not returning anything, you are just using print, at that time you can use void. So I am making one function void p, which is not having any argument, right? So you can see I have not written any input over here. Here instead void I am writing printf, or I am okay. So here printf hello Kimcho, right? So if I am just doing P over here, I am not expecting any output. I just want P to print something on screen. So if I just compile it and run it, you can see hello Kimcho is printed because the program execution starts with main. Inside main we encounter P. It knows that what exactly this P is because it is already defined over. It will go inside this, it will print this and come to here, and program terminated. So this is all about functions. Now we are going to see the 4 types of user-defined function, that is with argument and without argument, and with return type and without return type. I hope you understand this class and concepts. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section. Thank you so much. See you in the next class.